Gourmet, I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Marr now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Hey.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Second down 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Double time. 4 down. Check. Shift.
Yep.
Motion, I got left.
Let's go.
Now Saquon Barkley. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
132 fighter.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Hatch it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas leads the overall series, including the last 4 meetings. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
54. So don't say nothing.
Go. Hit it.
On third down, Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 38. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
50, plant.
Go. Go.
Look at me, zipper. Let's go.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Right there.
Hey, exit.
In your face.
Check.
You drop Porter. Be crippled.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Slam, slam, slam.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check. Fresno. No.
Now.
On second down, here's Barkley. Nice move at the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Man out.
They'll run with Elliott. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Yes, sir.
Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
We're going to 54, wide in.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. Cooper was the intended target. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Check safety, check safety.
Topper! Get it!
On first down, Barkley. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down. Barkley. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Back to you.
Protein spill.
Check. Lucky. Undercrunch. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Look. Squeeze. Shoot.
On third down, Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check.
Prescott. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Golden. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Here we go.
Go.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And an alley to run. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Cooper was the target there. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. But you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
There we go.
Saquon Barkley on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But there, and the giant rush gets home as down he goes. To give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Just like that. Just like that.
Looking to throw. Prescott. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 12.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
This is our time, guys. This is our time. Hey, check, Mike 21. Mike.
We're going to go to 54. Go to 54.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row, we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yes.
This is Barkley. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Here we go. Deep dribble.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go. 30 base.
Take 4.
Snap.
On 1st down, Barkley. And some room to work. The 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 46 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Prescott. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. B.J. Goodson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
We're going to 54. Why?
Prescott now. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cobb. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a gain
Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL, and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We're going to 54. Why? 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Lorenzo Carter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Any weapon. Breathe, defense.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
There we go.
57 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Then we're going to 53.
Hey, check. That's it. 7, Mike 57.
Watch the pass.
26.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Lorenzo Carter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
57 to Mike.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight whip, and the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
All day, every day, any day.
Hot 7, hot 7. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Here we go.
26.
Here's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
57.
We own it.
To throw is Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. A first down carry by Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Escaping the pressure right. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
40. 7's the mic. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
We're going to 54. Wide in.
47's the mic.
26.
From the red zone now, Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Here we go. Wide in.
7. Check back 47.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
26.
Here's Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Maher is good. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League, where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Bandit.
Pick the edge. Pick the edge.
Now.
They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
6'6", bullet high.
Say. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
Shoot.
On third down, Barkley. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Now Austin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
You remember me.
10th carry now for Elliott. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hey, wahoo! Ready?
Now Jones from the gun on third down. It's caught. Shepard. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr., but a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
54. Mike 54.
Hey. Look at me. Door. Yo, Jackrabbit, come on. Deep river.
From the gun on third down, Jones. And Tate's got it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf.
Check. Watch 54.
Greystone travel.
Check.
Hey. High 7.
Hot. Mike's 5'4".
Yep.
Bound to lose one. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. No chance.
Hey, Jet. Now.
On first and 10, Jones gets us out to Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Get it.
On second down, Barkley. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Check 13.
Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And some room to maneuver. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Come on, set. 10-2 saw.
54 Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey,
Go.
check Mike 54. Mike.
Look at me. Zipper.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Here we go.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
You ain't got nothing.
Mike 5-5.
Hey.
Mike 5-5.
Shoot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 30 yards.
Ready. 30 base.
54.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.